Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Adrian again, and it is Monday. Monday. And I know a lot of people's least favorite day of the week, but hey, it's been a pretty good day, at least for me anyways. You know why? Because there's a whole bunch of Fallout news. Now, I know this is more or less a, kind of superhero comic type channels, but I'm a huge fan of Bethesda and Skyrim and Fallout and all that fun stuff. So I was like, you know what? Top 5. Let's do top 5 favorite things about Fallout 4. I really want to keep this kind of geek pop culture, so hey, why not? Let's do some video games. That's always fun. You're bound to like video games. If you're a comic book type guy, I'm pretty sure you play a little bit of video games every so often, at least the Arkham series, something. Video games is just another awesome medium to tell a story and also, interact with it. So I'm going to do it. It's fun. This is a topic that I could talk about for a long time. And that's enough of me blabbering on. Let's start with number 5. Now, number 5, a lot of people dislike it, and a lot of people love it. This is something I have mixed feelings about, but ultimately, it's something that pushes the story along, which is the voice. We have a voiced protagonist. For Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, you really get this protagonist that you don't really care for, mostly because you have a little bit of their story, but ultimately it's just you don't know the personality or the characteristics. You are that person, you are the personality, you are the characteristics, but there's something about putting a voice behind it all. And now when you're mad, the character sounds mad, it acts pissed off. There's something really behind having a voice and saying, back off my settlement, or fuck you, Raiders. There's something really, really awesome about having someone kind of do that for you. But that's also another thing I want to talk about is I really hope they give you the option. I believe they said something about giving you the option to do it in third person, so you'd still have the voice, but it'd just be not in third person, in first person. Because what they showed was that it was a third person, and you saw the father, and you saw him talking to the dog, and it was still in third person. Obviously, you saw kind of the little things in his face change. And you saw obviously you hear the voice and all that. But hopefully they give you the option to do it in first person, and they also give you the option to turn off the voice acting. Just because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are stuck in their ways. Hopefully they'll warm up to the fact that, hey, now there's a voice to this person, because now they kind of give you more of an in-depth story, I hope. But yeah, I kind of enjoy it. I kind of like it. It's a lot of... I feel really bad for the voice actor because there's too much... there's too much to say. The protagonist really... there is hundreds and hundreds of side missions and main missions and just little bullshit that you say here and there. And I'm pretty sure it's really good. It's going to be really frustrating for the voice actor to have to do all that. And to not only say your lines, but to say them in a very moving type way. If you're going to be sad, be sad. If you're going to be mad, be mad. And it's really hard to kind of just switch those emotions around, especially when it's up to the player to say what they want to say, or pick this line over that line. So you really have to be able to hit all, all personalities. And good luck to whoever that voice actor is, because that's a pain in the ass. I'm still a little sick. I have a slight cough. My throat still kind of hurts, but I feel better. and I really want to talk about all this Fallout stuff. So let's do it. Graphics. That's my number 4. The graphics look incredible. In Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, obviously they're different from Fallout 1 and 2. Way more different. But Fallout 3, it was basically there wasn't much to it. The graphics were kind of they're it was really the reason why I fell in love with Fallout, and a lot of other people did, was that it's about exploring, and it's about I don't know, it's about the story, about how how a post-apocalyptic world would happen, even though obviously the radiation wouldn't be exactly the same, but it gives you a scenario and you live in it, and it's fun to have an open world to explore. That's why I fell in love with Fallout. But you didn't really follow. Like, I loved The Order because it is a stunning, it's a piece of art. Great graphics, great voice acting, great story. With Fallout, it's just fun. It's just fun. But now you get the sense of Fallout is like, wow, you have a voiced protagonist. Wow, you have more liberties as to what you want to do and how you want to do it. And now you have a world that makes you kind of believe that this is a real world. That the graphics, the way the shadows hit, the way the light hits the trees, and just the way the way you run, and just kind of that blurry effect that you get like in Gears of War or The Order. It's incredible what the kind of the way it transitioned from Fallout and Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, where Fallout New Vegas was kind of, it felt just like a copy and a DLC, and that's what a lot of people hated, because it was literally exactly the same as Fallout 3. A lot of people hated it. If you like Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, it's just a DLC. Or not really DLC, but it's just kind of, if you don't care for an upgrade, and if you just want a wider, or not wider, but a bigger place to explore, by all means pick up New Vegas. But you pick up Fallout 4 and you get much more than you bargained for. Way much more than Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, which is what I want to touch for the last 3, which are probably one of my more favorite upgrades. But yeah, the graphics look incredible. The way things move, like the death claws, when the death claw freaking came out of the ground and it picked you up, and it's like, holy shit! Like the way these characters move, it feels way more organic. It doesn't feel robotic. And still when the raiders fall or they die, it's still kind of like a what do you call it? They still go just like limp. They just go. I forgot what it's called. I'm gonna remember later. I'm gonna hate myself. But yeah, there's still some of those nods to the old Fallout games, but it's incredible to have like I said, have this new world. Definitely Bethesda saying, this is Fallout now. This is what we're doing, and it looks awesome. Really pulls through. And it's next gen, so I expect nothing less. The graphics look awesome. I'm impressed. Number 3. Let me cough real quick. Fallout. I mean, the whole Fallout series. You have all these different armors. You have all these power armors, these Enclave armors. You get like the Hellfire type armors, and you finally get to upgrade and modify your armors, and that's my number 3. Being that you could upgrade your armor and you could modify it and you can switch up its look, and that's pretty sweet. The one thing that I didn't like about Fallout is it's almost, you can't really switch up what you're wearing. You could wear one, almost like you choose one piece of cloth or not one piece of cloth, but you choose like um what's the I don't know, like your pre-war outfits, and it gives you the entire outfit. But now you can kind of mix and match. The most you got in like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas was you get an entire outfit, and then you can add like a hat, like a pre-war hat or a cowboy hat. But now it looks like for the armors at least, you could add a whole bunch of weird shit, and you could kind of upgrade certain plates, certain like your left arm, your right arm. You could upgrade them so maybe they could take more damage, or maybe they could deal more damage, or it's all insane. Like I really can't believe like what they're doing with the armor. Usually I wore just for the Fallout games, I really leveled up as much as possible to the point where I didn't really need armor, and I didn't really care for the effects of the armor. But now I'm like, wow, maybe I should wear armor now. Maybe it'll add a fun new thing to upgrade. And plus, it's always nice to take your mind off of things and kind of just upgrade something. That's the thing that I think the Fallout games kind of they didn't work on as much, because you have all these different crafts. You could repair things and everything, but it was just like, oh, an elevator's broken, press the repair button and it's repaired. Maybe the repair skill actually does something, and maybe you could actually the more you repair, maybe it actually makes sense to repair your armor or something, and maybe like the base, which I'll touch on later. But maybe you could take apart like it says, like a tire, and you could get like rubber pieces, and maybe you could do that to attach something to your armor with, you could add like whatever you find out in the wastelands and kind of combine it to your armor and make something really freaking, really cool, really weird. But I love that. That's freaking awesome. I would definitely want to repair my own armor, and it made sense. That was the first thing that came to mind when I saw the Fallout 4 review trailer, when they passed up at the very end, where they kind of show the garage and they show the armor, and it shows like it looks like it's being tweaked, and you see like the magazines in the back and the weapons that you can modify in the back as well. And I was like, dude, are you really gonna be able to repair your armor? Because that's gonna be fucking badass. So yeah, that's my three. That's my number 3. That's my armor. So that I can't wait for. Number 2 is weapons. The shit you could do with the weapons. They touched on it very briefly. It was only maybe about a minute or two that they touched on it, but the shit you could do. They said, I believe it was like 50 base weapons and like 700 different ways to modify a weapon. And it was like you could change the stock, you could change the scope, you could change the grip, you could change oh man, it's crazy. You could change like the barrel, you could it gets really intense. And I could just imagine what people are going to create, even for PC, if you want to modify things. And people have been modifying Fallout weapons for the longest time, but now it gives you even more of a reason to modify weapons. My dog's eating in the background. But yeah, modifying weapons looks awesome. They turn like a regular laser rifle, which I never really cared for the laser rifles. I've always been more of a plasma type guy because it just deals more damage. But the laser rifle, like the shit you could do, you turned it into like a you turned it into like a tank weapon. It was like, wow, this is incredible. So I wonder what else. I'm pretty sure maybe you kind of need like your science skill or your repair skill up to do some really wacky stuff with the weapons and armor. But man, I could just imagine what I could imagine what you could do, and certain things I can't imagine. Maybe they're hiding some stuff, but the way the weapons are heading, the weapons that they kind of pre-made to show us was incredible. So that is something that I could not wait for. That looks awesome. The last thing that I want to talk about is the base. The one thing I always loved in like zombie apocalypse games like H1Z1 or DayZ is that you could kind of bunker down and kind of. There was also this one game that my friend showed me called Fortnite, and you could like you could make your own base and. My dog is really crunching on food. You could make your own base and you could just bunker down throughout the night and try to survive the night. And the way you'd be able, like, you spent the day trying to create the base, and then at night is when they attack. Look up Fortnite. I believe it was made by the same that Cliff guy who's doing the Gears of War games. But man, it looked awesome. I'm not sure where it's headed now, but it looked awesome. But I love the way they're doing the base for Fallout. It didn't look like there was much you could do to the exterior. It just kind of looked like a whole bunch of wooden boards kind of just nailed. Hopefully you could upgrade it even more. Maybe you could add like metal sheets to the outside or something pretty cool, just to make it more, much more sturdy. But it's awesome. I love having like in Skyrim, I loved having my house. It was freaking awesome. It's just cool to have like your headquarters in any game. Like, it's awesome to have headquarters. But the shit you could do, like you could put your own, I know it sounds lame and cheesy, but it's like, oh, you could put your bed, you could have just a mattress, or you could have like an actual bed with a bed spring and kind of have railings and everything, or you could set up a little area for like chairs, and you could put like the little magazine rack down, and you can make a dog house for your dog, and it's awesome. And then the shit that they were showing, like a montage, I absolutely want the base that says die. It just says die, and it's just like lights lighting up to do some pretty cool effects. But that is freaking awesome. I loved the Fallout guy that they created. That was freaking sweet. I like that you could put turrets on the outside too, like to protect your little settlement, like against raiders. You could put I saw a whole, they put up a whole bunch. I believe what it was like you could put like a power source, and then you have to like connect your turrets to the power source, and then you could like open up a terminal, and you could turn off certain things at certain times. And it's like, oh, let's turn off the turrets. Just go to the terminal and turn the turrets off. I love it. I like the fact that you could have a base. That's probably one of my favorite things in games that have that type of that option in general. It's always nice to go back to your pad and kind of just tear apart things and bring them back and upgrade them. Like I said before, like you could they explained like, oh, you could take apart the tire, and you can you could just have rubber pieces, and then you could go back and do something cool with that. I'm curious as to what you can make, because they skimmed over it. They didn't take too much time on it, but hopefully they go really far, really in depth in it sooner or later, because I watched that video several times. But yeah, the base, that's probably my favorite thing. I can't wait to do. Obviously the exploring, that's a no-brainer. I didn't even put that on the list because that is something you're obviously gonna get in a Fallout game, and especially again, like the graphics, it's gonna give me even more of an appreciation for Bethesda and this open world that they give you every time. So I can't wait. Again, the voiced protagonist, awesome. It's nice to have that option, and it gives you a little more character to this main protagonist. The graphics, like I said, it gives me a bigger appreciation for Bethesda and this open world. The armor looks awesome. I can't wait to see what you could actually do with it, and what you can upgrade or what you could add. It's awesome. Same with weapons, changing the stock, changing the grip, making a simple laser rifle into this tank ass weapon. I can't wait. That's awesome. And the base, I can't wait to put die on my base and scare the fuck out of those raiders and put up those turrets and wreak havoc. So that's my thoughts and my top 5 on Fallout 4. It's an awesome game. I have Fallout 3, have Fallout New Vegas. played them through. I loved them. Can't say that I played them through all the way, but I absolutely love them. They're always, every time, creatively, they're outstanding. The alternate, or the alternate reality where it's just everybody drops nukes on each other. Awesome. I love it. Boston. A lot of people were hesitant on it. I can't wait. It's gonna be great. But anyways, I'm gonna stop the video right there. I'm still feeling a little sick. But you know, tell me what y'all think. Maybe y'all dislike it. Maybe y'all like it. Maybe y'all want to tell me what are your top 5 things about this this game. It's been trending all over the place. So talk about it. Why not? But yeah, I'm gonna end the video right there, guys. Hope your Monday is as good as mine. Still feeling a little sick, but I'm trying to enjoy as much as I could. But I was thinking, I have friends who are just in love with Fallout as much as me. So hopefully I get them all together, and maybe we could have a little Fallout 4 discussion podcast. I've been wanting to do it for about a week now, ever since the review, a week or so now since the review trailer. Hopefully, I get that done soon. That would be awesome. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. I know I'm still coughing here and there, so it might be a little irritating. But anyways, hope you guys have a wonderful Monday, and I'll talk to you guys later.